Your identity is not in your performance, it's in the word of God. You feel me? God tells us that we are new creatures and old things passed away. You feel me? But there's time again that we don't feel that, and even myself including, especially, in my earlier walks, I thought, oh, I'm a lustful person, I'm this, that, and the third, not knowing that that's Satan. Satan will, put these thoughts in your head saying, oh, you're this, you're that. But what does the word of God tells us? God tells us that we are perfected forever. Hebrews 10:14. He tells us that we are a new creature and old things passed away. So, in that being said, is God a liar? No. You feel me? Are you going to trust your thoughts or the word of God? That's why we must, put our identity not in how we feel and what we see, but in the word of God. That's why the Bible tells us not to walk by sight, not walk by what we see, but walk by faith. You feel me? Because what we see can be deceitful. You feel me? That's what Satan used. You feel me? He deceives us, with our feelings. That's why in Jeremiah 17, verse 9, it tells us that the heart is deceitful and desperately wicked. Who can know it? That's why we cannot trust ourselves. You feel me? Our heart is very wicked. We don't even know it. We don't know it. That's why we can't rely rely on our hearts. You feel me? That's why we need to go to the word of God, because the word of God never changes. What Hebrews 10:14 says today, we're gonna say tomorrow, the next day, the day after that. But be honest with yourself. There's times where you feel this way today, and then tomorrow you feel completely different. You feel me? You're constantly changing your feelings. Then like something that you cared about last week, you probably don't care about today. You feel me? Your heart is constantly changing. You feel me? It's not consistent. You feel me? So with that being said, are you gonna trust somebody that every day they're changing? No, you're not. You feel me? So in that same way, why do we trust ourselves? You feel me? It's something that Satan has planted in our thoughts. You feel me? Without us even recognizing it. Growing up, you're told follow your heart. Follow your heart. Listen to your heart. But the Bible tells us clearly that the heart is deceitful above all else. You feel me? So we must recognize that. It's hard sometimes. Respectfully. This time you're gonna still follow yourself, follow your heart. But that's why we need grace. Amen.